Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I had this really fun idea that I wanted to share with you. And if someone's already done this, let me know in the comments below. I haven't seen it on BookTube, so I don't think there's something exactly like this. But I've created a bundle. Yes, a bundle. So basically how this video is going to work is I'm going to show you a video game right here. This one's the video game. And then I'm going to show you a movie that you might enjoy if you like the video game, a book you might enjoy based on the video game, and either a CD, an album, or just a singer in general that you might enjoy if you like this video game as I do. So, a little background. I used to love video games. I would be the type that would sit on her couch and just zone out to the video games for hours, sometimes days at a time. Anytime I had a day off from work, my butt was here playing video games. Maybe not here because I haven't been here for years, but just in general, and please excuse my messiness. Well, not really messiness, I was just preparing for the video. But that used to be everything to me, those video games. However, when I played video games, I was very picky about them, just as I am about everything in life. I'm so picky. So I would always constantly trade my games in, and I have a collection of 5 games that were my absolute favorite. And I say were because I haven't played video games in over a year now, and I think that hobby has kind of drizzled down for me, and I'm more of a book nerd. Not that I didn't love books when I played video games, but it seems the times that I would sit here and play video games all day long, now I'm just sitting here all day long reading books, which is good, I think. But I just thought it would be super cool because I love movies and I love music too. I have a lot of hobbies, but the main one right now is books for a little while. But I thought I'd create this kind of bundle. If you like this, then you'll like all these type of thing. And if you enjoy this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'm always trying to think of cool, inventive things to do on my videos. And I also just got a Patreon. It will be linked down below in the description box if you want to go check it out. I think we're going to have some really cool stuff like a monthly book club. So this month is the only time it's going to be on YouTube. And then it'll be on Patreon, and then you'll get like a bookmark made by me because I'm a photographer in my spare time, and we have lots of cool stuff there, so go check it out. But anyway, with that extremely long intro, let's get to the books. Or I guess the video games. So the first recommendation, if you like Grand Theft Auto, this one's Grand Theft Auto 5, but if you just like Grand Theft Auto in general, then I think that you'll like Premium Rush. Now, I paired these together because in Grand Theft Auto, there are missions and career type things that you can do. And that blew my mind because I did not know that until recently. I thought it was just you steal cars and you drive around aimlessly. And in Premium Rush, you follow a bike messenger who gets into a lot of trouble. And you kind of follow him being chased by criminals because he has a package that they want, and his goal is to try and get it to someone else. And it's just a very action-packed thriller. It's a comedy thriller though, but it's really action-packed. And I know that Grand Theft Auto can be action-packed depending on how you play. If you're like me and have the cops after you after 5 minutes of playing, then yes. Or if you're like my little brother and you're more strategic, it's still action-packed, but kind of at a slower pace. This one's kind of a faster pace, and I really love it. Plus, it has Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Michael Shannon in it. It's just a real good fun one. Then, we also picked a book that you would like if you like these two. And the book is Tell Me Three Things by Julie Buxbaum. And I kind of picked this in reference to these because I wanted something that you can just pick up and dive into and finish it in one gulp, in one sitting. I was so immersed with this book that I just loved it. And an extra bonus is that it'll keep you guessing all the way through. And this one is kind of slower paced, like when I play Grand Theft Auto, because I didn't know there were missions. I just kind of ran around, and that's okay. You know, it's cool. It's a little bit slower paced, but I love it. And I think that they're all just endless fun, that you can just like pop in your game or start reading your book and you'll just be immersed and you'll love it. And then the last one, if you like Grand Theft Auto, that I think you'll like. Sorry, this is harder to do than it looks. But is a music album. It is Thompson Square by Thompson Square. This is, I believe, their first album, but I don't know for sure, so don't quote me on that. But I compared Thompson Square to Grand Theft Auto because when Thompson Square is playing, I just want to get up and dance. And I just want to sing along to every single song. I know every song on this album. And it's just a really feel-good type of upbeat music. And this is just a action-packed, endless adventure. So I thought that it was fitting. So that is my first bundle of things that I think you'll like if you like one of the other ones. And then my second one, okay. So if you like Tomb Raider, the definitive edition. Okay, so this is the first Tomb Raider, like the first reboot of the Tomb Raider, I believe. I liked it better than the second one, if I'm being completely honest. So I kind of traded the second one in, and I don't own that one anymore. But this is about Lara Croft, and she is basically a warrior. And I just love going on this adventure with her. So it's like a warrior adventure game. And the movie that I think you'll like, if you like Tomb Raider, is Shooter, with Mark Wahlberg and from the director of Training Day. So this movie is about what's his name? Mark Wahlberg. I don't remember what his name is. Oh, Bob. That's a weird. Yeah. Bob Lee Sager. So Bob is, they think that he tried to assassinate the president. So he has to go on the run to clear his name. And it's just this fun adventure with Mark Wahlberg. and he's like kind of isolated from everyone else because everyone thinks that he's guilty. And I picked it for Tomb Raider because she's kind of lost on an island all by herself, and she has to fight nature and eventually the bad guys to escape. So I think that those are so fitting. Then the book that I picked is a middle grade book. And I picked Hatchet by Gary Paulson because if you like he's isolated and he ends up being quite a warrior, even though he's only 13. His name is Brian. He was going to visit his dad, and then the plane crashed, and he was the only survivor. And she was going to an island. Her ship crashed, and she was, her friends kind of were kidnapped or something. And so she has to figure out a way to get back to them. And he has to figure out a way to survive. So I thought that was fitting. And then let's go Tomb Raider again. So if you like Tomb Raider, then the music I thought you would like is Crazy Ex-Girlfriend by Miranda Lambert, just because it's a very catchy, well, I like Gunpowder and Lead on that CD the best, but they're both like very female empowerment, female empowerment song, female adventure empowerment video game type of thing, at least the way that I look at it. And sorry, it's actually quite hard. I just think that this is very easy to sing along to kind of escape into the music and escape into the game. So that is my second bundle, shall we say. And then my third bundle is Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection. Thank you, Ben and George, for getting me into this. They are my brother-in-laws, and I would have never played Uncharted if it weren't for them. So they made me lose hours of sleep playing these games. Thank you, guys. But this is another fun adventure that just takes you around the world. It's kind of like treasure hunting meets adventure meets Nathan Drake. So for the movie, the movie that I picked to go along with it is Limitless with Bradley Cooper and Robert De Niro. So in Limitless, Bradley Cooper's character takes a pill to get like limitless powers, and he's super fast and super agile now, and he's just completely successful because of it. And this kind of like an action adventure-y type movie that would go along with Uncharted, because Uncharted is action. They both have male main characters that, people might like. I know that my brother-in-law thinks that he looks like Nathan Drake, but I don't think so, but it's okay. He can think so. But yeah, just a constant adventure. And that's why I picked them together. And then, if you want a book that is going to kind of treat you like Uncharted will and rip your soul out, well, I don't know if it rips your soul out, but Seafire by Natalie C. Parker. Sisterhood is Survival. So these have male protagonists and this has female protagonists. But this is a pirate ship of women, and they go on crazy adventures for treasure, and screams Uncharted to me, because he goes after treasure too, and he gets lost, and they get lost, and then he has enemies that he needs to conquer before he can get to the treasure. They have enemies that they need to beat if they want to get to the treasure as well. So I think that they all just work so well together. And then let's do... So the CD that I picked for this was Christina Aguilera. Keeps Getting Better, a Decade of Hits. So this is just a really easy sing-along mix, and the songs are very empowering, and that is exactly why I picked that CD with this. So I hope this is a good collection for you guys, so that if you like any of these, I think you'll like the rest. All right, we got 2 more collections going. So this one is one of my old favorites, okay? So this is Spyro Reignited Trilogy. So these are games that I used to play when I was a kid, and then they redid them, and they came out not that long ago, a couple years back. And I just love Spyro. He was like my best friend. He's a dragon, and he has to save all the dragon world before they basically get frozen forever. So basically, initially, they'll go extinct if he doesn't save them. And it's just such a fun, awesome adventure. You're going to notice a pattern that my video games that I used to love were all fun adventures. But for this one, the movie I thought you'd like, if you like Spyro, is Guardians of the Galaxy, because you got superheroes, only these are like real life. Well, some of them are kind of creatures too, dragons. Then you got it's basically like Space Avengers. And I love superhero stuff. And they're both very action-y. Different kinds of creatures, like Groot. He's like a tree or something. Then there's a raccoon. There's dragons. And they're just fun to play or watch. Then the book. Okay, this is a massive book. But the book I picked, if you like these two, is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. So this is a fun one. I picked it because Spyro is a nonstop action adventure. And although this one does start a little bit slower than I would have liked, this is a nonstop action adventure. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling with Harper and Ren, and I did not think it was going to end the way that it did, and I will talk more about that on our live show, but I think that is a great matchup. And then lastly, I picked music to go along with this fun adventure. I do have to say before I show you the music, I absolutely love the music in Guardians of the Galaxy. I used to have the soundtrack for it, but I couldn't find it. If I would have been able to find it, that's exactly the music that I would have used, because I absolutely adore it. But because I couldn't find that, I decided to go with the Train collection. specifically Save Me San Francisco, because Save Me San Francisco is so catchy and you just want to keep listening to the songs, or at least I do. And I just want to keep playing Spyro. I just want to keep entering these worlds. So it just felt fitting to me. So here was that, just in case you missed. And our last one is not so much action adventure-y, but it's still one of my favorite video games of all time, and that I own, because I only own 5 video games. I don't play anymore, like I said. But if you like Until Dawn, okay, so Until Dawn is this video game about choices. Each choice you make will change the storyline. But it's basically these group of teenagers goes to the mountains and they stay in like the cabin, only it's like a huge cabin. It's like a mansion in the woods. But they go back a year after one of the Jeremy, I can't remember his name, it's been a while. But one of the guys, his sisters had died the year before, and all the friends and the brother were going back to the mansion in the woods to stay for a few days. What could happen? So each choice you make changes the storyline, but it's like a scary mystery type book. It's a thriller, or type game. It's a thriller. So for the book is right here. For the movie, I picked Vantage Point with Dennis Quaid, Matthew Fox, Forrest Whitaker, William Hurt. But this kind of deals a lot with the choices that you have right here in this one. So this one is different people's storylines and how they all saw the assassination of the president and how that changes the investigation, kind of. And it makes you, from different perspectives, it makes you think different things. So I kind of played with the choices of this one and how, like, the butterfly effect is in this very much so. It even tells you that when a butterfly flaps its wings somewhere, that there's a hurricane somewhere else in the very beginning. And so they deal a lot with the butterfly effect in this one. And then this one just deals with the different stories of who done it. And this one's very much a mystery of, ooh, what's going on, who's behind it, and you have to collect clues as you go, and I just love it. Now for the book, I'm talking correctly now. For the book that I recommend with this bundle is The Alibi by Sandra Brown. And this one is like a creepy one, just like Until Dawn is. It's scary vibes. And not only that, I thought it dealt well with the choices because there are people who make the choice to come up with an alibi during the time of a crime that a crime was committed, and they essentially lie about where they were. And you have to figure out who lied and who really committed the crime. And it's just a really good mystery, creepy novel, creepy game, mystery, and they both deal with choices. So definitely like that one for that. That was kind of the easiest part of this. And the last thing, the last musical element was Sugarland, Enjoy the Ride. And honestly, I picked this one kind of for the same reasons that I picked the others, because these are just songs that I really adore and that I like. And it's about like, if you're gonna do it, I'll do it. So it kind of deals with a lot of choices and destiny and things like that. And I feel like you in Until Dawn, you change the destiny of the characters by making choices. So I thought that it was pretty fitting for that, because there's like a song, it's called it's called Want To, but it's like, if you want to, then I want to too. Please don't judge me by my singing. I have no singing abilities, but basically it's just, we're in everyday America. And then there's like, what would it take for you to stay with me? Please stay. And if you want to, I want to. So it's just a lot of like choices and destiny, and this game deals a lot with that in a more creepy way. But I think that these are all great choices if you like that game. So that was all of the bundles that I picked for this video. If you liked this type of video and you liked some of my bundles, give this a big thumbs up and please subscribe to me. And yeah, if you want me to do it again, leave it in the comments below, because I love making these kind of videos. So hopefully you enjoy it. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.